Well, there we go. We'll let the recording begin. This is EJ. This is actually my first time using a web camera. And as you can see, the quality is not that great, but I've always wanted to do this. I've always wondered how webcams work, especially when they're built in on a laptop. Of course, we know nowadays that HD and your 1080, 1080p is available. But I've always wanted to do a webcam conversation or a video, so this is it. Basically, I'm making a vlog today about something that's a bit touchy as far as sensitive subjects go, but it's something that's been on my mind for quite a while, and is the car scene too judgmental, and is it too cliquish? I'm meaning it that way because of the fact that, at least with my experiences, like wherever I go, wanting to get to know people that are in the cars, they'll talk about their mods, you talk about yours, and then the whole debate goes into, but you shouldn't have gotten this, you should get this. Well, one thing that we all fail to remember is everyone's circumstances are different. Everyone's working under a different budget. I know for myself, I'm a pretty low budget guy just because of the fact that I try to put my main emphasis on making sure that my family's taken care of and making sure all the bills get paid. Excuse me. And of course, we know the economy has been in a terrible state since late 2000s, like 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. But at any rate, I just noticed whenever you try to meet someone at a car show or go to a meet, you're being yourself. You're not being a jerk or anything like that, but it's like no one wants to talk to you. And I feel like that's pretty sad just because of the fact that, yeah, we all have differing opinions, but at the end of the day, we're working with what we got. I mean, not everybody has bankrolls of money. Not everybody is able to get a PhD degree with a multi-million-dollar job, no matter how hard they work. And I'm not making excuses for those that are slackers, nothing like that. But I'm just saying different people have different circumstances. And most of the time, people are trying their best, but they're not getting the support and feedback that they thought they would get or they feel like they deserve. So I'm speaking in the sense of not saying that everyone should be conceited, like, oh, you should give me all the attention. I should be the center. Y'all should look at me and my vehicle. No, that's not what I'm saying. So don't get it twisted. What I'm saying is, if you see someone chilling off to the side, maybe don't know what to say to anybody, I mean, just walk up to them, say hello to them, introduce yourself, introduce your ride, get the conversation going. Don't be stuck up. This is something that I see on social media have a great bit too. Something that I see is you post up a certain type of car with a certain type of look, it gets a whole bunch of likes. But yet you post up something that's, plain Jane in comparison, or you're working under a budget, and people are like, oh, that's not good enough. We need to dump that attitude. Again, everybody's working under different circumstances, and I just don't like the fact that, yeah, we can offer advice to everyone in the car world, but at the same time, we don't have to be jerks about it. Now, what do you mean by, you may be asking, what do I mean by that? What I mean is, we don't have to immediately dog them out unless it's for something that we know is dangerous. Like, for example, if they're trying to roll on a donut that's in bad shape, that's a problem. If they're daily driving a car that has their seatbelts disabled, the seatbelts taken out, stuff, and They don't have a harness or safety restraint of some sort. That's a problem. But I mean, people have just gotten too petty over stuff nowadays. Like, so what if you don't have the biggest rims on the planet? So what if you don't have the shiniest paint job? I just personally feel like that people are too judgmental. Way too judgmental in the car world just because something doesn't agree to what's, quote, popular. And I just feel like that needs to stop. Because really what you're doing is you're sectioning off yourself from everyone else that may want to get into the car scene, but they get discouraged because they may feel like that they can't hang, they can't measure up. And that's wrong. I mean, we need to stop with the cliquishness. We need to stop with that's about the best way I can put it, actually. But another thing that I noticed is the fact that throat scratching. Another thing that I noticed was the fact that you may try and meet up with somebody, and I guess they don't want to meet up with you for whatever reason. I mean, that's okay. You're not going to get along with every single body. But the main thing is, at least open your arms. I mean, we got to lower our guard at some point instead of thinking, oh, he's too whatever for me and my crew. He can't hang with me and my crew because he's not like this or he's not like that. At least say hello to the person, that, I mean, that might make their day. We just have to stop and think about what we're doing instead of always wanting to kick somebody to the curb just because they don't fit a certain, quote, standard. And I know I'm guilty of that. I know in various forms and maybe even a vlog or two, I've expressed my distaste for donk style cars. The cars with the big flashy rims and the flashy paint. Look like something you see in the hood. I may not like that style, but however, I have to respect it because whoever did that, whoever's vehicle that is, that may be what they're into. That may be how they're expressing their personality through those mods, through that custom work. And as a car enthusiast, we owe it to ourselves. I owe it to myself. Show respect to that person. Maybe they ain't the gang banging drug dealer that we may see on the rap videos driving them kind of cars. I don't know. We don't know. Unless we say hello to them, say, hey, what's up? How you doing? What you got? What made you go this route? Stuff like that. Main thing is we don't get to know people anymore for real. Everybody's too tied up and trying to outdo each other just for social media. And that's another thing that I want to speak about is the pressure of wanting to outdo someone else just so you can get top views or top likes or whatever the case may be. And I know I'm guilty of it. That's something I'm struggling with right now. But I want to speak out not only for myself, but for those that are going through something like that, to say it's really not necessary. And I'm not saying have a nonchalant attitude as in I can do whatever I want, I don't care, and then something unsafe is done and a person tries to warn you about it and you're like, I don't care, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that we need to help each other out in the car community. So we shouldn't, if we know that person is in a tight situation with money, they're trying to get out of debt with other things, and they're still trying to enjoy their hobby to the best of their ability. We shouldn't push them to try and buy high dollar parts. Quality parts, yes, as they can afford them. But all of this high dollar stuff just to try and impress the masses, just to get on the main page of social networking, social media, it's not worth it, because all of that can tank in the next day, and who's going to remember it? Nobody for real. So it's not worth it. I mean, really, what it boils down to is we need to come together as a car community, and there have been many others that have spoken about this on YouTube. Many of the people that I'm subscribed to have spoken out on this as well. I just wanted to put in my 2 cents just because of the fact that that's something that I'm going through myself. You know, I lived in a fairly new town for 4 years, and I love where I live. But because of my crazy work schedule, it's hard for me to get around to meets. And the last meet I went to, I was just kind of kicked to the side. It's like, oh, you got a Honda. It looks just like a basic Honda. We don't want to hang with you. Get out of here. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be, hey, that's a pretty interesting setup. What else do you have? What made you go this route? And really, it's sad where the car community has gone for the most part. It's gone from a community of willing to help each other out, sharing the same passion and hobby, to basically being a tool stroking contest. And that's me using the clean language for it. It's basically becoming a tool stroking contest to see who has the longest one. And it shouldn't be that way. Now, is competition a bad thing? No. But it has to be held within balance. It has to be held within balance to the point where you may have your preferences, but respect all other choices. So what if a guy has a giant wing on his Honda Civic? I personally don't like it, but still, I have to respect it because maybe he does it as a time attack, or maybe he does it as a 24 hours of Le Mans, for all I know. And maybe that's the only thing that he's legally allowed to put on per track rules. We don't know. I don't know until I actually meet that person and speak to him. So yeah, if I just say in general, no need to be a jerk. No need to push people away just because they ain't good enough to be in your clique and all that other mess. Yes, that's my Legend of Zelda ringtone. Leave me alone. At any rate, while my video is playing or recording, that's really all I wanted to vlog or rant about. I really don't have anything much else to say except for let's get better, guys. Let's get better for the sake of the car community, for the sake of the new ones that want to get into it. Let's make ourselves better and let's open up. Let's not be scared to let people in our circle. This is EJ. I'm signing out. I hope y'all have an awesome evening. Peace out. Now, how do I shut this thing off?